Hawaii remains headed for a mild recession over the next year. That's the takeaway from the latest forecast from economists. Annalisa Burgos joins us now with the details. Annalisa.
That's right. The news is pretty bleak because of what's happening nationally. UHERO predicts that by 2026, our cost of living in Hawaii will rise by $1,400 each year.
We've been relying on strength in the U.S. economy for the last several years to support tourism.
Now that strength has fizzled, and UHERO economists say the state is feeling the impacts of federal policies like job cuts, immigration crackdowns, and new tariffs.
And we've seen really a pretty sharp downturn in tourism since the early part of the spring. Things like measures that we follow, like real consumption spending, have very much stalled out. The U.S. housing market's basically in recession, manufacturing's in recession.
Another measure, a dramatic drop in the number of jobs being added each month, plunging 80% on average from 3 months ago.
U.S. job growth has really weakened. And then the same thing is true for Hawaii.
Federal employment in Hawaii is down by 1,200 jobs. Total Hawaii employment is still down 15,000 jobs from pre-COVID levels. And while inflation was improving earlier this year, new tariffs are expected to push prices higher again.
Overwhelming uncertainty that is clearly impacting businesses, everything from farmers to manufacturers to retailers who either they can't sell their product because of trade wars, like the farmers, or they can't get product, or they don't have a clue what the price will be for any of the inputs.
Adding to the uncertainty, delays to federal workers' pay and government services should Congress fail to pass a spending bill before September 30th.
It feels like we're closer to a government shutdown than we have been since the last government shutdown.
Construction remains a bright spot for Hawaii, thanks to military contracts and public projects.
Essentially, we're looking at a construction sector that remains elevated through most of this decade.
Unless national trends change, expect them to play out here.
It means that we're really dependent on what happens in the U.S., but when the U.S. goes badly, that's what pulls Hawaii into recession, even if the U.S. doesn't necessarily enter recession.
And you can find a link to the UHERO report on our website, hawaiinewsnow.com. Annalisa Burgos, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Anna.